All the 5 things that I talk about today are things that I actually didn't do while I was in any of my previous relationships, which has truly made a huge difference to this relationship because I do this naturally now for myself. And so obviously I needed to choose a partner that it wasn't like a hard thing for him to do or understand when I prioritize myself. Before we get into it, before we get into the date, before we get into the video, do you ever just get yourself ready and do things for yourself? Like put yourself together for you, not because other people are gonna see you, but I feel sexy right now. And I feel sexy for me. I'm literally just looking in the mirror middle of the day. I put my makeup on, you know, put my favorite combination lip gloss and lipstick on, lip liner. Probably gonna spray some perfume, all for me. My hubby is not home and I don't know when he's coming home, but you know what? I love doing this for me. Just hello, my beautiful people. Thanks for answering, because we're going to be talking about ways to love yourself, to pour into yourself, especially since it's Love Month. I want to share with you a few things that I've done over time in terms of loving myself a little more, especially during this month, because you know, when I took that break from dating and I wanted to make sure that I was building a relationship with myself, there were times and seasons where I was lonely. And I've also been in relationships where I felt lonely too. And eventually I just realized it's gonna come down to how I treat myself. How you treat yourself sets the standard for how other people are gonna treat you and show up for you. I feel like when I took the time to be single and actually enjoy being single, I was able to manifest amazing relationships. Now, I went on dates and I interviewed until I met my person. But nonetheless, I met tons and tons and tons of candidates that were great guys. They just weren't fit for me. And especially if you're in your season of dating, or you're looking to date, or you're taking this time to decenter yourself from men, which is very important. Listen, we need to pour into ourselves first for you to be able to pour out of that cup, baby. Because a lot of the times, especially when I was in relationships and past relationships, I expected the men that I was dating to cater to my every need and emotion. And I feel like I was more of a taker rather than a contributor, because I wasn't even a contributor for myself. Yeah, I just feel like I wasn't doing all that I do now for myself to make myself feel feminine, feel soft, feel free. Over time of working on myself, and I was living alone, I had to learn how to, you know, go through some of these holiday seasons without feeling depressed or feeling like my standards were too high because I was single. I was still single. And no, I had to have standards. I had to build and set some standards. And when you're single, I want you to know you need to set some standards, okay? Because you can't just be allowing anybody into your space, into your energy, into your home, onto your body, just because you're craving love, just because you're craving companionship, just because you're craving somebody to do the dirty to you, okay? You have to have some standards, especially during this season where every store you walk into is all lovey-dovey and hearts and roses. And listen, even though I'm in an amazing relationship, honey, I still continue to work on loving me, learning other ways to continue to love me and pour into me. And guess what? Y'all are gonna spend some time with me today as I share with you 5 things that I do to pour into myself, 5 things that I do to build my self-love, to love myself more, especially when it's Love Month. But first, let's dance, because I want to dance. I just love Omalay. What? Okay, so before we get into it, before we get into the day, before we get into the video, do you ever just get yourself ready and do things for yourself? Like put yourself together for you, not because other people are gonna see you, but I feel sexy right now. And I feel sexy for me. I'm literally just looking in the mirror, middle of the day. Put my makeup on, you know, put my favorite combination lip gloss and lipstick on, lip liner. Probably gonna spray some perfume, all for me. My hubby is not home and I don't know when he's coming home, but you know what? I love doing this for me. Just, you know, putting myself together, dressing up. What? And still to this day, I will make time to dance, to vibe out, to put myself together, all just for me. No, I don't need to leave my house. Sometimes you just have to get yourself together and feel put together just in your own home. And that is another act of just loving on yourself. Yeah, like just loving on yourself. Anyways, let's get into this video because I'm gonna just ramble. And this could pretty much be a vlog of spend the day with me. Hello babes. It's love month. How do you love yourself?
How I love myself?
Yes.
Maybe I'll do the same spa day like you.
Really?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, just give a bit of love for myself.
Really?
In the spa. Yeah, I remember I felt good after that.
Okay.
Because we went to this other one, the big one. Such a nice feeling if you're like after like all day in the water.
Yes.
You got the light there and the
Okay, all right. I am so excited to spend some time with you in this video because we are not just gonna be sitting on this couch. Okay, we are gonna be out exploring. We're going to the spa today. We're gonna make some delicious protein pancakes, of course. Today, I wanted to talk about 5 ways to love yourself even more, whether you're single or in a relationship. And I'm gonna really wind it back a little bit to a period of my life where I was single. And I remember prior to becoming single, I was always afraid of being single. When you're in a relationship, you really paint a picture of how your life should look. And then when life doesn't go your way, you know, it's kind of devastating. While I was single, I decided that I wasn't gonna date and that I was gonna take some time to learn how to love myself. And I feel like that was the best thing I could have done for myself, to set the standard. It made me feel special, that made me feel beautiful, that added to my confidence, that allowed irresistible energy to exude and radiate in my presence. And so I decided to stay single until I found someone that could only top that standard. And so I want to let you guys know, I know sometimes it could be really devastating when you don't have a companion to share this day with, but honestly, if you're with the right person, you should really feel like every day is a special day. And that's honestly how I live my life, because you should not be celebrating me or bringing me flowers on special occasions. Honey, I'm not waiting for my birthday. I'm not waiting for Valentine's Day. I'm not waiting for Christmas. Every day you should be over here doing something that is making it rain. And that doesn't mean it has to be in materialistic gifts. It could just be in how you show your love for me, but also how I show my love for myself. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, right? So I want to know one thing that you do for yourself that makes you come alive, that fills your cup, that makes you feel like you're that woman or that guy. What is one thing that pours more love into you? I actually love this couch setting. Like, do you guys, you know, I just have my blanket here. I have a silk robe on. Let's get into it. Hope you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. And yeah, send this to another friend, especially if they're going through a hard season or maybe they just got out of a breakup. Number one, embracing feminine rituals that nurture your feminine side. Honey, we went to a day spa today. Good morning. I curled my hair last night because I'm gonna put my hair in a ponytail for this occasion. So I wanted to have my hair up. It's a workout wig. Also, my new unit that I've been wearing with the brown highlights. With the brown at the bottom is also a 360 unit. So it's so gorgeous. Oh, so vibe. Okay, I'm putting on a little bit of body oil. This is a hemp and vitamin blend. We are ready. I think I'm just gonna wear a cropped sweater and sweatpants because I'm gonna show you outside. It is -25 outside. If you are on my fitness page, then you know I'm obsessed with this Gymshark cropped sweater that I've been wearing since I got it. And I'm wearing these cute joggers from Bottom Shelf Sportswear. Honestly, guys, I was never one for lounge sets. Like, I don't go out of the house usually in sweatpants and stuff. I don't go to the airport. I would usually just wear leggings. So I don't have any like lounge attire, but I'll just show you guys what I'm wearing. We're going to the spa. We're not going out for dinner. I've got my books with me. So I have a book to read, my journal that I like to write in, and my gratitude book, and a lot of stuff. We're quickly gonna start the morning off. Well, I already started my morning. With water, lemon juice, and glutamine. And I'm gonna bring another water bottle with me, but we've got about like 7 minutes, and we're gonna make a protein shake. Cheers! I also did my fasted cardio this morning, so that's another reason why I wanted to eat, make a protein shake before I go, because I'm going to be starving in an hour. And what am I gonna eat? I need to eat something because I'm going to be hangry and I'm not going to enjoy my day spa experience. I'm just not even going to enjoy my experience with seeing humans. My shoes are so dirty. Like, ugh. So what we gonna do? We gonna clean it before we leave the house? Cause what? You can never catch me in dirty shoes. Returning to home, yeah. But what? I cannot go outside with no dirty ass shoes. Not me. So we just gonna wipe them up. They're from Uggs. Welcome to my city, where we live in the cold. It's so cold. It's like it's minus 19. My smoothie is so good. It's so delicious. Thank you. Oh my God. Are you ready? Just breathe. Just finished from the day spa. That was so refreshing, and that is a form of self-love. Like, you don't need people to do this with you. You don't need to wait on having a partner and then treating yourself to some nice relaxation and vibes. Like, it was such a vibe. Yeah, I started reading the book I Did a New Thing by Tabitha Brown. And I just want to read you a few things here in this book, because I feel like this is the journey that we're currently on. And the book is pretty much about 30 days of doing something new and getting outside of your comfort zone. I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time for me to pick up this book. And so a few messages that were written in this book stood out to me so far. And she was saying, there's so much more to see when you're willing to climb a little bit higher. When we are willing to push ourselves just a little bit further. Yes, we might be afraid, but you might even be shaking in your boots, honey. But guess what? When we embrace the moment and choose to do it afraid, whatever it might be for you, we get to see things we've never seen before. God gets to show us something he couldn't show us before because we didn't have the courage to put ourselves at a higher vantage point. Okay, what if I'd said, no, I can't go up there. It's just too high. I don't want to see all that. Honey, I would have missed out on all of that breathtaking beauty. The magnitude of the area's rich history would have been lost to me. Today I learned just a little bit more about what it means to be truly free. It doesn't mean that we won't ever be afraid. We are human and have every right and the ability to feel the full range of emotions available to us. It doesn't mean we don't have some hesitation about pushing ourselves above and beyond our comfort zone. Even someone like me who tries to live as free as possible every day might need a little push from heaven. Freedom means being willing to stretch in order to become our best selves. Take your fears with you, but don't ever let it stop you from seeing new things and reaching new heights. There's a big world out there, and it's waiting for all of us. I know that for sure. I still have, I'm gonna see what I can do in 30 days to push myself outside of my comfort zone, and definitely getting in that cold plunge was, a part of getting uncomfortable, because honey, it was freezing in there. But I knew I wanted to try a few new things, and it was just good for the body overall and for the soul. And when I got into that cold plunge, I just remembered telling myself, you got this, you're gonna be okay, you're fine. And then I just put my whole body in. I did it twice. I was like, I'm not leaving unless I do it twice. So I took my rounds. I stayed there for about 2 hours, and now I gotta go back. Yeah, some people like to spend their money on food. I like to spend my money on massages, on day spas, and hey, you can do both. Just so nice and refreshing and rejuvenating for your body, for your mind, for your soul, to just pamper yourself like this every now and then, not waiting for a special occasion or a special person to do that for you. And when I was in relationships, in past relationships, I would wait on special occasions to go and do these things, or I just wouldn't do them at all. And then when I became single, I was like, let me go and take myself out to be pampered, to be spoiled. I'm spoiling myself. Yes, I'm gonna spend money on myself, which you should. We shouldn't be waiting on our provider man to do all of this work, and you're not doing anything to raise the bar and raise the standard for yourself, for what you can provide for yourself, and somebody else can top it. Whether it's a day spa or going for a massage or lighting candles, or your self-care nights where you're, lighting candles, setting the bath, setting the vibe, playing some music. Those are all relaxing activities that are going to make you feel softer and feminine in your aura and what you radiate. And when you radiate out of softness, out of kindness, out of love, your energy is just so different that it just exudes such beauty, because you are then going to feel so differently about yourself that it radiates and people feel that. And honestly, that's one thing that I find that most men are attracted to me about, is I'm so into, going above and beyond for myself as I am for other people. But I know when I need to pull myself back and take care of me. Knowing how to fill your cup and make yourself feel softer, and a masculine man can see that. Honey, when they know that you know how to deal with your emotional and mental issues without relying on them, oh, they're gonna love you even more. There's nothing wrong with going to take care of yourself without expecting it from other people. I work with many clients, and when I ask them when was the last time they've gone to a massage, especially my mom's postpartum, it's been years. Can you imagine how much tension is built up on your shoulders, on your hips, because you work so hard, and also a lot of stress is carried on your shoulders. So your body deserves this. Your mind deserves this. Don't wait for somebody to do something like this for you and put this on your to-do list in 2025 or in this month where it's loving you first. Okay. 2 is going to be romanticizing your life. After the spa, I came home and I already whipped up some protein pancake mix and some custard cream for on top.
Your fragrance, hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit, and I know your taste is a little bit, high maintenance, everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis, with poetic justice, if I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs, dedicated to you, and you're in the mood for empathy, is blood in my pen, better yet with your friends and them, I really wanna know you all, I really wanna show you off. Pour up plenty of champagne, cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good game, homie, sorry. They say conversation, rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S.
Girl, it was so good. It was so good. I don't know if you guys saw my first video where I did blueberries. What was it, blueberries? I think it was blueberries, but I'll link it right here, and y'all went crazy. I have it on my second channel, but this time I made strawberries. I did white chocolate chips in the pancake mix with strawberries on top. And high protein, baby. The custard had protein in it, and the pancakes were made with egg whites, so it was flavored with a ton of protein. So I came home, I nourished my body, but I romanticized the plate. Like, not everything you cook up needs to be romanticized. Seasons where you're feeling a little down, or you're craving companionship, or you're craving something from somebody else, I need you to put in more effort for what you can do for yourself. And that is just like romanticizing what's in front of you. And so that is what I did. I was like, girl, okay, we may not be at a restaurant, but how about we create a restaurant vibe in the house? And just learning new recipes, but recipes that add to your health, add to your confidence, because you're gonna feel good, look good, especially naked. You're gonna be feeling so good, and the only person that can make you feel like that is yourself. Again, working with tons of clients, not everyone is comfortable naked. And so how do you expect your partners to, see you better than you see yourself, to love you and love your body more than you love your own body? You gotta love your own body more than somebody else loves you, because clearly we've seen the men and the women walk in and out of these lives. They have no problem when they're done with you, but you're gonna be stuck with your own body. You're gonna be stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. So why not romanticize your life? Everything you touch, baby, down to the water bottle, because I used to just always have these shaker cups, and I was like, I don't wanna go into a nice facility with a shaker cup. I wanna go in with a nice water bottle. So I got me a nice water bottle. So you gotta romanticize everything that you touch. These pancakes were amazing, but a lot of the food, especially as a bodybuilder, people are like, oh my God, you probably just eat chicken and rice. Honey, in the beginning, when I didn't know a lot, when I didn't even do my research on recipes, I would get so sick and tired of my food, my cooking, of eating healthy, of what I thought was eating healthy, until I did more research. I experimented more. And then now I'm eating burritos. I can make a pizza. I can do a lot of things without the fear of gaining body fat. You only have one life. It's gonna come to an end in no time. The book that I was reading by Tabitha Brown honestly opened my eyes, because she started off the book with talking about how she had lost her mom 15 years ago. And I remember recently when I made a post about, going through a hard time, and in the comments, one of you guys had mentioned that you lost your mom recently during New Year's, and that broke me, okay? That is like my worst nightmare. And I just want you to realize that you have to make the most of everything that you have on this earth and the people that are around you. It's gonna start with you taking care of yourself, romanticizing everything you touch, and just being really intentional to live out the life you dream of having, right? And you don't have to have everything all at once, but when you start to be grateful for what you have and what you can make of it, God will continue to bless you with more. And that doesn't mean more stuff. That could be more experiences, more opportunities, more people that come into your life. Like every time I get a new subscriber added to the family, that is another person that is growing and glowing with me on this journey of life. And so you really have to find joy in the little things, in the simple things, and not stress yourself out about, oh, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like that. But find your joy. It's not gonna start when somebody enters your life. It's not gonna start when somebody's in your life, because there's been moments where I've been in relationships and I wasn't happy and I felt alone. And so it's all about romanticizing your life, like from your point of view, your life. Invest in long-term luxury. You see these flowers behind me? Let me bring them to the front. There is a trend when it comes to the weekly flower arrangements. Every time you go into the grocery store, you would get a flower arrangement. And personally for me, that's not how I like to spend my money weekly. Personally, I find that once in a while is nice for me, but like even when I first met my man, I told him that my love language it's not flowers, right? He has bought me some beautiful flower arrangements, and I remember 2 years ago I had the 100 roses, and as much as I'd love to see them in my face today, they died. The moment was really nice, and don't get me wrong, I love flowers, but instead of weekly flowers, I decided to invest in something more elegant and timeless. And so I came across Rose Forever. I got these roses, 15 roses recently, and they last up to a year. They're literally like the real thing. They're super elegant, and they just fit in every room for any occasion. The design that I picked out has like a little insert where you put my jewelry, or honestly love notes. I can put tons of, I don't know, something cute inside here. I've just had it all over my house. I've had it in the kitchen. I've had it in my bedroom. It's honestly just so effortlessly beautiful, especially as a gift. So if you don't want any flowers that are gonna only last a week, girl, like how gorgeous is this, right? You can get it for yourself or your partner or somebody special. Whoever loves you can get it for you. I feel like for the cost of what people pay for these weekly arrangements, you can have this for an entire year. So that's honestly how I like to spend my money. Weekly, I don't think so. I think I like to, personally, I just like to spend my money on other things or just put more money into investing. Number 4, do things that make you feel radiant and confident. One thing for me, I love me a silk robe. And so when I came home from the spa, I had to get ready for clients and also, you know, get ready for the day. So I put myself together. I started listening to music and vibing out and putting myself together for me. Not because other people are going to see me, not because my partner will be home soon. I wanted to put myself together for me. And oftentimes we rely on other people to see our beauty. We rely on other people to see our worth and, you know, our body and our outfit. We're relying on compliments. I need you as often as you can to engage in activities that light you up, no matter how you're feeling, okay? Listen, last week wasn't a good week for me, but I knew coming out of that week, I wanted to have a better week. And it's gonna be up to me whether I allow last week to crawl into my new week, or I can change my perspective and do what I can in this week to make myself feel good. And so you need to know what makes you come alive often before others do it for you, especially if you're in a relationship. I remember past relationships, I would rely on my partners to tell me that I'm beautiful or to invite me out, and then I would get ready, because oftentimes we get comfortable, you don't want to put yourself together. And you know, when I took the time to be single and start to do things for myself, I would dance all throughout my condo. I would put on, I love silk robes. Like, I love silk robes. I love gold. A lot of things that make me feel girly, and you got to do those activities as often as possible. Dancing in your room or dressing up when you have nowhere to go. Honestly, I'm not going anywhere, but I was like, I'm feeling so good after the spa. But I'm feeling so good. My food, I'm hungry right now. Like, I'm ready for meal 5, because it's meal 5 actually. I've had 4 meals already, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling really good. I'm hydrated. You know, I've got these beautiful flowers, like, and I was bawling my eyes out all week last week. Look how fast it can change. But the only reason why this week is better is because of me, of what I'm doing for me. Confidence is gonna come from what makes you feel your best, what makes you come alive. And lastly, number 5, prioritize your well-being and honor your needs. Honor your needs. Loving yourself means protecting your energy and putting yourself first. Setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and making your self-care and health a non-negotiable. Listen, honey, when you pour into yourself, everything around you will start to flourish. And I didn't realize that until I was in my season of being single. I was in a season of when I came out of that breakup. I didn't know what I like to eat. I didn't know what I like to do for fun. I didn't know how to be by myself. I was so worried because I didn't have friends. I didn't have companionship. I honestly was just dreading being by myself. And honestly, now I love being by myself. Even though I'm in an amazing relationship, I still love being by myself. I had to manifest a partner and be very clear with my partner that I love being by myself at times. Yeah, because I was never independent before. I also didn't do a lot of the things that I do for myself now, like making sure that my health is a non-negotiable, my self-care is a non-negotiable, eating well is a non-negotiable. Mind you, when I was in earlier relationships, I wasn't into bodybuilding or health. So I would be the girlfriend that came around with a ton of like fast food, and my exes were the ones that were eating clean. And I remember my first boyfriend saying to me, you have no idea what that feels like when you come around here with that garbage food, until I'm now the bodybuilder. I'm now the coach, and I changed my entire life. You won't really catch me at the fast food joints, especially if they're not that good. You won't really catch me at the fast food joints, but it also was a non-negotiable for me as I started to change that I don't want it around me. And I wouldn't date somebody who doesn't respect that and doesn't respect that option for themselves either. So when I took the time to learn more about investing in my health, investing in my self-care, doing what makes me come alive, then the options got better. And as I got better, as I got wiser, healthier, sexier, as I started to flourish, things and people and opportunities around me started to flourish. Quantity got smaller, but the quality got larger. I hope that makes sense. You will never regret prioritizing your health, prioritizing your happiness, prioritizing how you feel about yourself and the way you look, going all in, investing in yourself, those self-care nights that you needed, even if it was 5 minutes. Trust me, you will never regret taking the time to even clean out your nose hair. Because I did that. Oh my goodness, I did that recently. I mean, I do it often, but I did that recently, and I swear it was such a game changer. I know I'm TMI, but yeah, like the nose hair, I get chin hair sometimes. Just like cleaning it up and just taking time to just look in the mirror every few days to just make sure that you're on point. Yes, it's gonna make a huge difference. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that part out or leave that in here, but I feel like I should just add the transparency. Like when I clipped out my nose hair, I just felt like I was on 10 and now 1,000. But it's honestly the little things. And listen, if you don't have a companion for Valentine's Day, I just want you to know that there are people in relationships that only get celebrated on that day, okay? That's not my kind of love. You got to figure out what kind of love works for you, but that's not my kind of love, okay? I want that love that's daily, okay? Where you come home randomly with some smart sweets and you're like, oh, I know you've been craving sugar, but I know you wanted the healthier version, so here you go. It adds to your goals and it adds to your happiness. Not just celebrate me on one day. So please love yourself extra during these moments, because trust me, as you love yourself more, you are going to radiate such irresistible energy, and you're gonna find that Mr. Right or that Mrs. Right. Nobody's doing the work on themselves these days. Nobody really wants to put in that effort to be vulnerable with themselves, to be like, okay, maybe it was me. I need to do the work. I had to call myself out and be like, girl, you are too heavily emotionally reliant on these men. You are too reliant in general on companionship. You don't know what you want for yourself, because you're relying on that other person. Until I had to become aware of, Shen, what do you really want? What do you really want? And what makes you truly happy? And then once you know that and you align with somebody, and then you start dating or you align with somebody, then you're able to share those goals. You're able to share those desires and watch it flourish, because then you have the proper support, the proper nurture, the proper care, the proper commitment, that you can go to bed and wake up knowing that you're always celebrated, and you don't have to beg for that love, and you don't ever feel second to that love either, because the love that you give to yourself is going to set the bar for how other people are going to show up for you and love you. All right. Honestly, y'all, I am just vibing. I feel like we could just chill on the couch. Like, I need one of those days, because like I seriously I gotta get y'all come closer. But wow, I've never done this in any of my videos, but like, if we could have a slumber party, trust me, we would have a slumber party. Like, that is gonna be a vibe one day, just to have like a slumber party. I need to plan this out. You know, and we got some like beautiful roses right beside you. Honey, I could sleep right now. I am just so cozy, well rested from my spa day. But also, like, I've been training so hard. I'm just rambling at the end of this video. So honestly, if you made it to the end, I love you. Yeah. And I feel like that was the best thing I could have done for myself, to set the standard. Babe, come plug this printer out. And like, it's interrupting my video. Just turn it all off. Thank you. I vowed to myself that I was going to set the standard, set the bar for how I wanted to be. What? I just need to finish this video. No, you can't have a bag of almonds. Where are you going with the bag? Now I have the hiccups. All of the things that you're grabbing make noise. My goodness. Like I was saying, I vowed that I was gonna set the standard to loving myself, doing things for myself that